Guys, Angel Reese somehow just got chucked from an Unrivaled game. I don't know how, but she somehow got chucked for an Unrivaled game. And I actually don't know what happened. I'm going to be honest, I was watching the game. Oh, Tiffany Hayes drives to the basket. And Angel Reese, in fairness, fouled her hard. She fouled, not fouled her hard, sorry. Obvious foul. A hard foul is a thing where it was like she went to steal the ball, realized she was a little bit off, and then just swiped hard so that if you missed the ball, it's a foul, nothing's on. It was all good. It was all good. And then we just saw, we saw Angel Reese, throw her hand. I don't even know what she was gesturing, to be honest. And she got teed up. And I'm like, the first tee, I call it so harsh. And this is what happens here. So this is what happens. Let's go and... I don't know if I'm not going to full screen this. Actually, screw it. Yeah, let's full screen this. Let's full screen this right here. And I full screened a bit too early. I forgot to full screen before I went into my mode. There we go. Let's full screen. So, this is the foul. So, it's obviously not that move there. So, Tiffany Hayes is gonna go by her. She starts clapping in Tiffany Hayes' face. When, in fairness, she played good defense. And by the way, she got a steal on Kayla McBride earlier in the game. Angel Reese was having a superb game. 15 boards. Yes, her layups were all over the place again. The previous possession to this, she tried to catch a lob and I don't know what happened. But Angel Reese was having a superb game. 15 rebounds in the first half. Was locking down on defense. Made a full court pass to Kalia Copper. She was having a fantastic game. And then she's clapping. And it's kind of, actually, you know what? Is that even a foul? Jesus, it looked, sorry. I thought it was a bit harder when it happened. Yeah, she slaps her. She gets some of the ball, she slaps her, and the ball hits Tiffany Hayes' knee, and Tiffany Hayes falls. Angel Reese goes and just does that. Towards Tiffany Hayes, by the way. Towards the other team's player. Bang! And I'm like, look. It was in the direction of Tiffany Hayes. Could have been in the direction towards the referee. If you do that to a referee, it's a technical foul every time. We can be honest here. That is a technical foul every single time if you do that to a referee. But I think she did it to Tiffany Hayes. If you guys think she did it to Tiffany Hayes, and not the referee, subscribe. We're trying to hit 42,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. We might actually do it. But for me, anyway, I think that she's probably doing it towards Tiffany Hayes. And then, obviously, things are starting to escalate. Angel's complaining to her, shouting at the ref. I'm not going to say scream. She's shouting at the ref, basically saying she's doing it towards Tiffany Hayes. Everyone on the team is complaining about this call. Everyone on the team is complaining, and it just kind of doesn't stop. And then Tiffany Hayes and Angel Reese are getting into it again. They're kind of getting into it. And then I don't know what Angel Reese says here. Because it's a different referee. It is a different referee. It's her that tosses her, by the way. It's her that tosses her. Everyone blamed the guy and was like, oh, I've literally seen him be like, oh, it's because he's a white male. I'm like, no, he didn't toss her. He called the first technical foul. And then whatever happened, the second technical foul, something happens. You can hear the whistle, T. This referee is trying to de-escalate the situation. Two different referees called each T. We got to be completely honest. There's two different referees called a T. And Tiffany Hayes is obviously trying to get her chucked. And then she ends up getting chucked. That was the problem is. The first T, look, whatever. I actually don't think, looking back on it, it's probably not a technical foul. But this is unrivaled. Just don't chuck her. Give her one T and then just don't toss her. Unless she said something so out of line, do not toss her. Come on, that is such a bad call. That's such a bad call, especially there's 6 players on the floor. If you're gonna eject someone, they really need to deserve it. They don't maybe need to deserve it. And by the way, The first technical foul was harsh. I don't know what she said with the second one. She could have said something so out of line with the second one. And if that actually happened, you know what, I'm willing to take back saying it was harsh. But I don't think it was. I think literally, like, it was just kind of a normal basketball thing. It was trash talk between Angel Reese and Tiffany Hayes that the referee deemed was gesturing towards them. Teed her up. Fine. You know what? Fine. Tee her up once. Do not chuck her. Like, obviously the two teams, or the two players were kind of going at it. They were chirping at each other. Don't chuck anybody. This is unrivaled, and I get it, it's basketball. But, like, she wasn't out there disrespecting the refs. Don't chuck her for that. It's so dumb. That is so dumb by the refs. There was absolutely no need to chuck her. And by chucking her, all you've done now is made this a bigger story. The refs have made it about themselves. It is a much, much bigger story now than it ever should have been. Like, this should have been an absolute non-factor. Should have been a non-story. Like, I don't really care about it. But now you're looking at, but like, they called a ridiculous thing, or a non-call on Kayla McBride to get her. Like, they're gonna try probably foul out Kayla McBride now, for the, like, in the second half. Like, it's just, like, I'm watching and it's just a mad game. Good thing for the Rose is that Azurá Stevens is hooping in Unrivaled. Like, Azurá Stevens has been absolutely superb. That is the one positive thing for the Rose. And then they're playing the Laces without Alyssa Thomas. But still, like, if I was, like, there is no way Angel Reese deserved to be chucked. There's absolutely no way. Obviously having to leave the game, like, I cannot believe the first ejection for Unrivaled was that. Like, could the league should have just put in a rule where it's like, as long as the refs should be called in, it's like, look, as long as something doesn't go so far past the lines of dot, you don't chuck someone, or as long as someone doesn't punch another person, you don't chuck them. Like, there's got to be rules like that. Like, to chuck someone in Unrivaled, you should have had to punch another player, or, yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing. Punching another player, pretty much, would should be the only thing that really deems is ejection worthy. But no, Angel Reese trash talking Tiffany Hayes got her chucked, and ironically, it's looking like the Rose might actually go and win the game with Angel Reese chucked. To be fair, they were way ahead before she got chucked as well. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think she deserved to be chucked? Do you guys think she didn't? And, ooh, I'm just keeping an eye on Kalia Copper. Looks fairly hurt. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Like, if Kalia Copper is hurt, the Rose are down to 4 players. The Rose are down to 3 players. They're literally down to Lexi Hull, Chelsea Gray, and Azurá. If Copper's actually hurt and she can't go on. No, she looks okay. But absolute madness. Madness. But anyway, I'll see you guys.